I'm talking about is people who are starting right now,
Okay,
and they're trying to learn everything.
Oh, starting like fresh, like
Yeah,
they don't
starting
have.
like someone was, for example, someone worked in the services industry, like as a trucker,
Yes.
right? And they want to get into sales engineering, and I tell them like,
Yes.
if you don't have any technical skills,
Yes.
why would anyone give you the chance? It's like, all right, well, I'm gonna learn this, and that. Like, no, just learn one thing.
Yes.
Focus on that. Do projects. Prove yourself.
Exactly.
And then, like, I find it hard to learn like 5 different things at the same time, right?
Yes.
But over a 20-year career, you can learn a million things, but one after you're stacking, versus trying to learn all at the same time.
Yes,
okay,
that's true. That's true. And let me go deeper in this point a little. If you are starting your career, you know that you want to do cloud as a career. That's a very good one. To be a cloud architect or be a solutions architect requires a lot of background. So there are different other roles in the cloud that you can start pursuing. And what you need to do is first learn what these roles are and see what are the requirements for them, and then focus on these. So don't go right and left, but look at what is needed for this role. So definitely focusing on a specific role. And I would say focus first on the technical skills, because these are your entry point to anywhere. But while going there, look at the other set of skills that you will need anyways, whether you do technical sales or not, like presentation skills. How do you talk to people? How do you listen to people? How do you put your customer or your client first? How do you understand their pain points? All the skills that we accumulated through the years are now available through coaching programs and available through books and available through trainings. And you need to learn these as well, because they will help you now and in the future. So let me give you an example. If you are, if you want to start in the cloud, you need to look at an entry-level role. So entry-level roles like support, cloud support. So at the end of the day, even having a workload running in the cloud, organizations will need support for that. So a role in support would help you much get into this career. You might need to learn basic things about operating systems like Linux. Not necessarily be like, the whiz expert, but at least to know the operations and support requirements in there. Or you can work as a cloud administrator, so help an organization run their workloads in the cloud. Not necessarily build new things, but run like maintain what's running, looking at logs, making sure that like everything is working in the environment and so on. Another approach, if you are a developer, if you know a programming language, and a lot of people are, they know programming languages out of school, actually, out of like the high school, you can leverage that. Leverage this through building solutions on the cloud. So now there are many services that are available on the cloud that you can leverage when building applications. So you wouldn't necessarily want to start as the technical sales solutions architect or the guru of the cloud in the organization, but you can start with one of these roles, and the path into that is easy. But one thing to emphasize here is you need to bring in something to get in there. So you need to have some background. Yeah. If you were like working on, as I mentioned, like a developer or even a systems engineer, operating system, something that you can leverage and say, hey, I can do this in the cloud. So that's where your entry level is. But don't go right and left. And yeah. One more thing is, there are, again, several ways to start learning, like training online and coaching. And then there is the certification part. So each and every cloud service provider will have their own set of certification that you can sit down and take the test, and then you get certified. there is a two sides of it. The good side is if you're going to start working in this career, you need to have the certification because everyone else has the certification. So if I'm hiring for a role, I have two candidates. Both are having same background and good skills. One of them is certified, one is not. I'm going to take the certified. Saying that, never think that a certificate would be your key into this field, because the certificates are just there to verify that you know the basics maybe, or you know the different services, maybe in some details, but they would never tell if you are experienced or not, if you have hands-on or not, if you actually have touched a cloud service or not. So I know people who are very good at studying. They would go and study for a certificate, they clear the certificate, and they have not even had a cloud account.
Yeah.
So saying that, you need both. So work for the certificate. I use the certificates when I see the and test for the certificates. I use them as my guideline towards what different components and services I need to learn when I want to learn about something.
Well, that's what I think is important. Certificates show that you can learn.
True, very true.
I find that's the only use of certificates. So I can learn, but for the last 10 years, I haven't invested in actually going to get a certification, mainly because I'm at a job and I'm doing well, right? But then if I talk to a manager, they have no proof. Like if I'm trying to move on to another job, they have no proof that I can learn because I haven't been certified in 10 years, right? And they're not just going to take my word for it. Having a certificate shows that you can learn.
It definitely shows that you can learn, but I also believe that helps you organize, like, or find. Remember where you were asking me what do I need to learn and not go right and left, right?
Yeah.
So if you want to have like any framework, or I wouldn't say framework, a checklist of what you need to learn, these certificates, look at what they ask, like the different topics.
100%.